Everybody, welcome to the Works of the Next webinar with Aira Face Recognition. I'm here with Henry Ho, and we will be getting started here in a few minutes for those of you that have already joined. So hang out for a second, and we'll be getting started here fairly soon. So you were doing you were a Genius Vision, then you went to storage. What kind of storage?
It's the initial product was we're doing a hard drive testing.
Okay.
Yeah, and because a lot of company engineers are come from the CKWD industry, so manufacturing field. So they think there's a hard drive testing demand for machine for end user side. So we are working on that for a while.
Like testing, like how much it takes to break a hard drive?
It's more like if you want to reuse, it's like a refurbished hard drive business.
Refurbished hard drives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say you data center face out thousands of servers, and some people on the recycling or secondary market, they want to make sure this hard drive is still performing as they should do. So then we do a lot of testing at the manufacturer level to make sure it's working fine.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See, a couple more people have joined, so we'll wait a few more minutes.
Okay.
You're in San Jose. How's the weather? It's pretty good right now, right?
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's like yesterday was like 70 in the afternoon, so it's quite warm.
Yeah, it got really warm here today.
Okay. Where you are in Texas?
80, 79 degrees.
Oh,
College Station, Texas.
Oh, Power State. Is that outside of Dallas?
No, it's about halfway between Houston and Austin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's more southern.
I see.
Gulf Coast still.
Well, 80s. Okay.
Well, 79 today.
Okay. Oh.
It got warmer.
Okay.
For sure. All right. Well, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
It's 5:01. Got a decent number of people that have jumped on. So welcome to the Aira Works with Nx webinar. We're going to learn about Aira face recognition and some of the different bits and pieces of technology that Aira promotes and how they work with network Optix products and powered by Nx products. So Henry, would you like to introduce yourself and take over? Just real quick, sorry. Like always, we have the Q&A section and we have the chat session. So if anybody has a question or wants to just make a comment throughout the presentation, then feel free to post your questions and comments in the chat and the QA. And for the QA, I'll interrupt Henry when I can. So go ahead, Henry.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Works with Nx webinar. I'm proud to join Tony here to introduce our integration with Nx. This is Henry Ho. I'm a sales director with Aira, which is a Taiwanese company. It's quite new. We just started this year, but the technology we've been working on for the past 3 years. So I'll give you a brief introduction and hope this brings some interest to you. Okay. So just go ahead, start it, or
yeah, go ahead, man.
Ready to go. So assume everybody can see my screen. Let me do this. Okay. So first introduction about the Aira's a key product, which is called airaFace. It's a face recognition product. It's a software and hardware. So as I mentioned, Aira was founded just this year, early this year, by a team of professionals specializing in AI. but the technology we've been working on for the past 3 years. So the mission for the company is enable this advanced face recognition technology in all kind of application. The few key area we look at the airaFace. First is the devices. On top of the tablet which we provide, and also in the center of this airaFace servers, we work with all kind of IP cameras and devices, and you can also use what we call vegan control to work with access control, or work with something, some management or MVR like Nx, to do a lot of integration. And also on the notification side, we also developed this new product called Aira Notify. If you want to have a notification to your cell phone, other than just the typical web page interface. Of course, through Nx is also a way of notification through an event. And we work with voice, sound alert or email, or some instant message, like in the Asia is popular with Line. I think in US we're popular with WhatsApp if it's required. And we also have our own management software called Aira Display, which is typical web interface. And later on, we can show the case when we integrate with Nx.
So the Aira Notify is Android and iOS based?
Yes, that's correct.
And then the Aira Display is for Windows, for Mac. Is it cross-platform or is it web-based?
Yeah, it's cross-platform.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So brief introduction on performance. The product could recognize 20 face per second. Means if you beyond that, then the requirement is beyond that recognition speed. You will need to boost the server capability. But this is the software capability. You can do 20 face per second. Means if you have requirement faster than that, you will stay in the queue, of course. And we can support with our own servers. Later on, we'll show you a small box that we can handle up to 10,000 faces. Right now we have a requirement up to 50,000 faces per system that we need to kind of boost up the server capability to do that. So it's a hardware limitation, not
Henry,
the software.
20 faces per second, is that per camera stream?
No, that's per server.
So the little box you showed, the Intel Nuke looking box?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And that's what kind of CPU is on that?
This one is i7.
An i7.
So we have other project require 50,000 faces. We need to upgrade it to Xeon.
Xeon. Okay,
Yeah,
you guys sell hardware plus software combined in one box.
Right now we are selling this Intel Nuke for a standard basic 4-channel system. If you have a bigger requirement than that, we will give you a hardware recommendation. You can always get your own hardware.
So you don't have to use your hardware. You can use your own server hardware.
Exactly.
But you're CPU based, not GPU based.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also actually a unique part of our solution.
So the 20 faces per second is really only for the Core i7 box, the Intel Nuke. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So if you have a Xeon processor, you can scale up the solution to handle more faces per second. Correct?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So with this small box, we can do up to 12 channels. That's tablet, which did a little decoding capability for us. But if you want to work with IP camera, right now this little box work with 4 IP camera because our server is going to do the decoding works. So if you depends on your solution, you want tablet or you want the IP cameras. I'll show you a little bit difference later. Right now, the center product I mentioned is the airaFace server on the right side. This airaFace is a Intel NUC device. Actually, we configure it, we set it up for you. Of course, you can buy it by yourself, and then we sell you a software. And the second product is the tablet, uh, Aira tablet or Aira tablet Plus, which is a thermal camera to detect the temperatures. And on the integration side, we work with access control, MVRs, IP camera, or thermal camera, which gives you do the same thing as the tablet or more. And then we work with the digital I/O devices. This is give you a sample of a photo of the Aira Tablet Plus, which is I think you probably see this in the market already. A tablet with the thermal detect or thermal camera to detect the temperature. There's a few features. First of all, the face recognition station. You'll do a liveness test for anti-spoofing purpose with photo and video through a phone or iPad or something. And you'll do the temperature measurement. And when you work with access control, you can provide something that we call a two-factor authentication. On top of your car swiping, you can add a face recognition to this car. So that's, or you can set it up as either or both. So it depends on your environment or your application requirement. It's worked perfectly for right now. A lot of demand for contactless access control. So if you have existing system, you want to change it to a contactless access control, this is one solution you can consider. And we also have this exception alert. You can hook it up with third-party alert devices, making sounds or flash lighting. And when it have detect higher temperature, of course, I think this is just I think some people mention about the accuracy of this detection. It probably doesn't work with those medical devices give you accurate reading on the temperature, but you can always use this as a reference. So what we see in Asia is people use this at the entrance, the key public entrance, as kind of first line of screening. When they see a little bit higher temperature, they will use a secondary screening station to test those people. So it's not if you probably not your primary temperature taking station, but you can definitely have a good reference. And also when we work with the other application like attendance, or like a seminar or conference registration, you can work with QR code to do a face recognition registration.
So for this, it's an all-in-one tablet, right? This is something you do buy from you guys.
It's not exact all in one, but the server is still needed. The server software is still needed.
Right.
This is just work as like a video source and also the temperature tagging station.
But this device itself, you guys sell the tablet with the NFC reader and the thermal.
Oh
camera
yeah. Everything you need on the tablet, but you just need to have the software as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So give you some feature we work on the attendance tracking. Of course, right now is not really important application in this COVID-19 stage, but it's like in Taiwan, seminar conference is running because they have a pretty tight control. So we are using this for a lot of seminar or conference registration. And also in some company, they want to track their attendance. I think it's popular in Asia. Or maybe in some factory facility, you want to punch in and punch out, cut in and cut out for the timesheets. This also available. So you're using face recognition device to check in and check out when you get to the facility. So we have this for work with the HR system to track your attendance. And a little introduction on the Aira display. Because the application, different application we work with, you can use this as a welcome display when they recognize the particular face to show the person's name, title, or anything. Or when you come to the company, they will make sure you have at the entrance on top of face recognition automatically, you might have a security guard there to double check it's the right person to check in or it passed without alert. And other application like attendance tracking or visitor management, you can all use the same display to show it on different application. This also support the access control and digital I/O integration, as I mentioned. We provide an I/O device for you to do this integration from the server. And we also provide this vegan interface, which is compatible with most of the modern access control system. So no further integration is required with any access control system. And of course, we support this event notifications through email and also mobile app, as I mentioned. And if you have like third-party integration with your enterprise software or any type of software, we provide this RESTful API for your integration and also the WebSocket.
So right now, this screenshot is in the traditional Chinese, but I'm assuming you guys have English as well. Just want to confirm.
Yeah. This is the first I'll say 2030 project is pretty much all in Taiwan, and we just roll it out I think in summer to other countries in Asia. In US market, we are pretty new, so we don't really have a case for with English. So that's the reason. But
no
the interface is available in English already. So another thing we're working on, we call the Aira track, which is work perfectly with Nx. Basically, you get a particular photo or person of interest you want to track, and it will run through the IP camera or video clips in the Nx, for example, and you will track all the appearance within the all camera location, and we will mark. First of all, we will identify the clips, and then we'll mark the location of these cameras. Location of these cameras in the map, and show you all these video clips through Nx. So this is some integration we're working on. Also work with Nx and or any product powered by Nx. So as I mentioned, there's a different application scenario. Some is quite popular in Taiwan or Asia market, but it might not apply to US right now or Europe. We don't know, but you can kind of, with the same server, you can choose and pick what application works for you. There's no additional license on top of the channel license or a server cost. So the application we cover right now is entrance control. Of course, it's building around the face recognition technology. So entrance control, you can do a temperature reading and also a face recognition at the same time. Welcome display, when you set up this system at the key entrance of your facility, you identify key people or VIP people when they approach. Sometimes it's like welcome important VIP seminar. In Taiwan, they do this quite often. The third one, as I mentioned, is a touchless access control. It's something kind of upgrade to your existing access control with face recognition. The third one is actually go around the circle. The fourth one is a contact tracing. So it's important application right now if in COVID-19 stage, you want to track particular person in your facility, you can use any photo for this person and track it on the camera feed from NX to find out where they are or who they've been in contact with in the system or in the facility. Number 5 is the visitor management. Right now, we don't have any visitor in our facility, but when it's open up, I think it's provide an easy visitor management system with face recognition to register the visitors. The last one is attendance tracking. We mentioned about this particular application. If you want to track employee attendance and work with the HR system, this is also a good application scenario for you.
So does the airaFace, is it one client that has all these different modes, or are there different little applications for each mode?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's one application, and you can set up your application actually one server or one software, and you can set up your different application mode for your application.
So the client is like, you can put it into different modes. Like I can say attendance tracking mode or visitor management mode, or is that how it works? So it's always the same client?
I think the mode is controlled by the server because the client will behave differently. So it's not by client. It's based on your setting on the server.
Gotcha. So if you change the server to visitor management mode, then the client will switch to visitor management mode.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So a few case study, of course, I think it's all in Taiwan to give you an idea, mostly in Taiwan or in Asia. First is a gym. We control this member access. So they could use this, later on we show a demo video. We can do this face recognition entrance for them. This is actually an add-on to the car swiping access control before. So people can go in with either car or with their face. And we'll also count the visitor in and out the facility and track. I think this is a gym. They were charged by the hours. So they want to track which customer come to their facility for how long, and they will bill them accordingly.
They bill them per hour?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Okay.
Yes. So, Taipei is a small city. So
yeah,
it's the real estate property or space is really expensive. So it's not like a monthly program. They charge it by hour. Without monthly program, also make it a little bit cheaper. Sometimes people got busy. They don't have time to go. So they don't have to pay for the hour they didn't use. So also it's a new type of business model, but seems to be pretty popular.
Do you guys have current occupancy limits as well for COVID in Taiwan?
Yeah, it could. Right now, we don't. Yeah, in Taiwan, we don't. I think they only demand in certain facility, you are required to wear a mask.
But this would work as well in the U.S. for like if you have 50% occupancy rules, like in a restaurant.
Sure. Guys... Yeah. If all you need is enter what's the total capacity, then we'll give you a alert when you pass that capacity. Okay. So these are same case. Let me see. Oh, this is I think on the right side we're using the first case was using, this is the same application, but we, on top of the a tablet we use for entrance control, we also use IP camera, which came from Nx through RTSP feed to our system. So you don't need, in some application, you don't need to, you don't want to use a tablet for the entrance control. You can use existing IP camera to do this.
So you pull the video from our system from the RTSP streams and into airaFace instead of having to use a tablet. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Later on, we'll show you a demo how was that.
Is there a minimum pixel density you guys need to recognize faces?
Yeah, we require 100 by 100 pixel, which is not a lot.
Okay, there's one question that came in about the server as well, back to what we were talking about with multiple modes. Can you use the server in different modes at the same time, or does it have to be just one mode that you're in?
Right now, it's just one mode.
So if you had two applications, right, and you were using, let's say, 4 cameras from Nx, then you could pump those same 4 RTSP streams into 2 different servers and have 2 different modes going?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay.
I think the limitation is on the camera if they can pump multiple stream, but I think now all the camera probably can do that. Yeah.
Well, you're pulling the RTSP from our server, so it shouldn't be a limitation because we're delivering the same RTSP stream just to 2 different locations.
Yeah, that's great. This is another case. It's just typical office entrance control, touchless access control. They're doing temperature and face recognition at the same time to make sure people are in healthy condition to come into the office. And if any stranger approach this station, they'll also give you an alert. The other was Taiwan Siemens, also employee access control, and also with temperature reading. And they use this multiple entrance to some area they have restricted access. They could use it with one server, just set the limitation on the tablet, like treat it like a zone. I think a lot of access control system have a similar function. And it also work, we have the integration with Siemens access control system as well.
And that's just via like weekend, right? So is that the way that works, as far as I understand it, is the access control card is read and then it creates the weekend output for it. Yeah,
weekend for sure it is, but I believe we do something with this Siemens access control integration as well. I think we did some integration show up in their access control user interface.
So you guys read the card and you send the weekend output to them, and then it just gives the okay to enter the area or not.
Yes. That's a typical access control, but we did a little bit more for the Siemens.
Okay.
The other case is a Continental Engineering. This is similar access control, but they have worked with multiple sites. So they have multiple sites to use the same system, and we have a manager to get all this site server integrated to show it in the headquarter office, and also we did synchronization with the HR system for the attendance.
So is that like custom software you guys did, or is that like a standard feature that's built in?
This, I believe, is a custom feature. Either they did it through our API, or we work for them on that. Of course, we probably charge them NIE on this.
So the multi-site management, is that something that's built into the product as well, or is that something you have to add on?
It's an add-on product we call Aira Manager. Most of the site using a single server. When you have multiple sites, we'll give them we ask them to get the secondary management software to kind of show multiple airaFace server status.
Gotcha.
Mhm. So next section, I'll give you a few product demo, a short video to show you all these different applications I talk about. So first is access control temperature and screening. Give you an example. This is the gym. We talk about it. So they went through the station with a tablet. You notice there's also a red light, green light alert. So if somebody deny access, you'll have a sound alert and also the visual alert showing up. And if it valid employee or visitor, you can work with the access control, which is the gate will open up and they will gain access to the facility. Second one is the face recognition. I think this is also getting popular recently. On top of the regular access to the office, they also want to make sure employee have the face mask on. So we do face recognition with also with the face mask detection. So this when they are checking, they will detect if this is a valid employee and also if they got the mask on or not. If not, they won't pass. They won't pass. They won't gain access to the facility. Only when they wear the mask and they detect the person, then they will open the door and give access to the employee. So of course, when depends on how big is your face database, because with face mask, you have to kind of reduce your accuracy a little bit because you pretty much lost the features around your mouth or your part of your nose. So the accuracy will need to be reduced a little bit. But if it's not a huge facility, usually it's not a problem.
When you say the accuracy, what you mean, like you guys are neural networking based, is that right?
Yes.
I mean, you got AI in your name, so you should be, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But so what you mean is the confidence level that face is who matches this face. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So usually we are like the typical. I think the default setting is 95% confidence level.
Right.
So if you want to work with a mask, usually we need to drop down below 80.
Okay, that was my question. Yeah. Okay, so you got to get down around 80.
Yeah, so you know this issue pretty well.
All right.
Okay, good question. So now another demo. This is using a typical IP camera as a face recognition device, and they work with the instant message, which is popular line, which is popular in Asia but not in US. So they have multiple staff on this line instant message device, and the alert was sent through our server to this instant message. So when they walk through this door camera, they will send the a snapshot and also the employee information, and also like this case is a blacklist person, so you'll show the blacklist. I think this is the NX screen, and also on the right side is the line interface screen, so we could see the instant message right away. Yeah, I think people are not using line or just skip this area.
Line is very popular in Taiwan, but it's not very popular anywhere else.
Yeah, I think actually Taiwan, it started from Korea. So Taiwan, Japan, Taiwan, I think they are popular with line.
Hong Kong as well, I think.
Hong Kong, they actually like WhatsApp better. Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, and China, of course, WeChat. So the other application video is the hotel entrance. This hotel, they didn't want a face recognition feature, but they like this tablet with the temperature tagging. So they want to make sure the whoever come into the hotel, they got a peace of mind that everybody got screened and within below their set temperature limit to enter the facility.
Which hotel is this?
This is you familiar with Taipei?
Yeah, it looks familiar. That's why I'm asking.
I think it's the West Gate, near the Westgate MRT station.
Okay, it looks familiar. I might have stayed there before. So.
Okay, possible. If you work with the some camera vendor, I think the boss is used to be a camera vendor sales.
Might be what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is the event we work with Siemens. They use our system to do this contact this event registration. So on the I'll show you the video. Sorry, the interface is all in Chinese, so I will explain a little bit. So it's a Siemens, I think was a smart building seminar. So they got a QR code, they scanned it, and the tablet will take pictures. You can pick whatever picture you like. Pick the one for registration. So on this station, you register your photo with a QR code. They send you through email. And the entrance, they go through a tablet, and you see the welcome message for this person. So you don't, it's more like a self-registration. You don't need anybody there to do this for you. And you can get the QR code to do registration with your face when you.
So if that was used at like a bigger, so you could do this. You could do the same thing for like an office or like even a gym or anything as well. You could self-register, and then you'd have the ability to enter through turnstiles like you had before for the gym, right?
Yes. For this, usually I think they most likely the first time registration, they have people there to make sure you got the ID and everything. Mm-hmm. It could go this way. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
but I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's all about like once you've registered your face, you're now in the system, so you can just continue.
Yeah. They will send you some QR code that's your credential, so you match with a face. You can be any with these two. I think it's safe to provide access to the facility.
Makes sense.
Okay, so next section we talk about.
I mean, Henry, for that, I was thinking more about like vendor management as well. Like if you have a logistics center and you have different drivers that are coming in, but you want to be able to register their face, so that maybe you already have their vehicle, but you also want to know the drivers, right? So you can have them register their face with like a QR code, and then from that point on, they can use their face to enter as opposed to just their license plate. So you could have
that's cool.
Authentication
okay, right? That's a good application for us. We can sell this solution.
That's right. That's why I'm thinking about all the potential.
Good suggestion. Yeah, I make sure I tell our Taiwan colleagues to look into this business.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next section. We'll tell you about how Aira work with the Nx products. So first of all, I want to briefly talk about the how we do this integration. The integration initially was start with HTTP events with a server API from Nx. We're working on this new metadata SDK. Hopefully we can provide it soon. The major integration today with Nx product are we work with features like whitelist, blacklist, stranger alert, basically all through events. So you can define whatever event you want through Nx, and using existing Nx bookmark or event list features. And we also have this person identity bookmark that will show a little icon on the I think was on the timeline to give you a indication what's the person. Also, I think we talked about earlier, you can use RTSP video feed from either NX or directly from IP camera. That's your choice. And we also work with the temperature measurement. If you have a device with temperature measurement, we can show this as part of the event when we send to NX. And the integration, it could be our integrations through Vegan, or it could be NX integration through access control as well. It could do either way. And the attendance report, that's a separate feature through our interface, but it could also operate from NS through the embedded Windows.
So you could export it to like a Google Slide doc or like a Office 365 and pull it in. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's Excel format or CSV format, I believe. So the integration is seamless integration with the all the on top of the NX product is all powered by NX products. We can work with them. The airaFace will provide a complete user information, which would per your scenario, you could provide employee ID, name, car number, can provide temperature or snapshot in this event. And with this generic event, you can define any other data source, define bookmark record. You can define multiple keyword to display in the event, or you can send a custom event to any powered by NX products. So this is the brief architecture, how they work with the NX. If you look at the center is the airaFace servers, you can get the RTSP feed from NS or from camera directly or from our tablet. And we can feedback the event ID, name, group, temperature, all kind of information to the NX with the HTTP interface. And when you integrate with the access control system through airaFace, we will work with this Vegan interface to send the message or information to the access control system. And on the display side, you can see everything from NX interface, or you can see it from our dashboard, or you can use from our system to generate this report, like attendance report, for example. This next I'll show you a few demo. How's the product work with NX. So all these interfaces show up in the NX management interface. So the first video is the blacklist detection. So we define this event in the NX, and then you'll detect through an IP camera feed to detect the people enter the door. You can see it's all IP camera feed, and they'll detect individual. This is all employees. And then when there's a blacklist show up, we'll trigger this special event for blacklist. So previous event is all employee. So this event is marked as a blacklist, and you won't provide access to the door. And then you can see this keywords as a blacklist, and later on you can search a particular keyword for that.
So that overlay, just so everybody knows, that's just a live text overlay that's being generated as part of the event that's coming from you guys, correct?
Yeah, coming from us, but I think that's a feature in NX, right?
Right. So what you're doing is you're creating a rule based off the generic event, and you're saying create a bookmark and store this information, right? And then you're also creating another action for the same rule that says when blacklist is detected, show blacklist, and then we have custom HTML so that you're able to make it gray with a red on the front and everything like that, right? So that's something that maybe not a lot of people are familiar with, but in show live text overlay, you're able to define how that text looks. So you can redefine the color and you can redefine the background and all that kind of stuff with HTML.
Okay. So next demo, we're showing this attendance tracking, and also since we record all employee, and you can do a bookmark search if you are looking for particular records. So again, this is the integration with Nx, and through the Nx feature, you can do this bookmark search quite easy. So all the employee information is recorded. Is video still playing? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I saw this freeze a little bit. I was
Yeah, a little
wondering
bit.
if video still playing. So this is the company require face recognition with the mask. So they all pass detection and have a record in the system or in the NX as an event. By the way, this is the Aira office in Taipei. So
Okay.
yeah, these are the demo employee. So
you got all these guys coming in and it's creating a bookmark there, it looks like.
okay. Yeah.
I think he's going to search a bookmark here in a second.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay, they're typing a particular name. Think sometimes I wonder if video is still playing. Oh, did it stop? No.
Well, no, I know why they're waiting. They're waiting because
okay.
There's about a 1 minute buffer in the read in the right.
Okay.
So we were able to pull back the video that they just created.
Yeah.
So
yeah, last time when they make this demo video, they are moving the mouse and type so fast. I said I couldn't see it. So slow down a little bit.
So they just went and searched for Nick and they can see all the related video bookmarks related to Nick, right?
Yeah, and then find the video, they export it. So I think your partner are familiar with these features.
Yeah, they should be for the most part.
Okay. How are we doing on times? It's okay?
Oh, we're good, man.
Okay, great. Okay.
I really like your tablet. It just makes it easy to do this stuff. So.
Okay, so next is the we as I mentioned, we have a dashboard with our web interface. The good thing NS could have this dashboard embedded inside the NX, so you don't need to leave this NS interface at all to do if you need additional information on top of just event list. So
it's going to make you press play, isn't it?
Yeah. So in the center.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, in the center of this NX interface, you can see that's our dashboard. So you put the IP camera around it, and you put our dashboard in the center. So you don't need to leave this interface at all to do everything.
So this is for the gym right now.
Yeah, they want to track who is in facility, how long they've been stay there, and who left in the facility.
And the one on the right there is the exit. And so that RTS feed that we just saw is coming from the tablet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then that's the IP camera on the top related to that exit. And then you, on the other side, you have the entrance and then the tablet feed below, correct?
Yes. And anytime you want the like just the dashboard, you can always click on NS and expand it and just look into the dashboard. This is the part we get the attendance, I think the attendance report. If you want to generate this report from our system, this is the interface for our system, so you can generate a report from that.
And then download it directly from there.
That's right. So you never need to leave this NX interface. That's a beauty of this integration.
That's why we added the browser, because we knew this was coming.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. So I think we steal that idea. Browser is the best.
It is.
And cross-platform, that's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's the English login I was asking about.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys type really slow over there.
I asked them the first time they typed too fast. I said, "Oh, it just flashed by. I couldn't see anything." I told them to wait a couple seconds before you type the next thing.
Okay, so it's your fault, Henry.
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah. Okay, so after they generally report it back to the NX interface. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What's next?
So the next one, this is the final one, and this actually the coolest one, the latest integration we're working on. Right now it's still POC. We hope we win the project. It's NX with a Mobotix camera. This is the one camera we find out we could do multiple face recognition and multiple temperature reading from an IP camera. So we have this project POC in Taipei Airport. Actually, it's Taoyuan Airport if you've been to Taiwan. This is the main airport in the North Taiwan. Right now they want to monitor everybody coming to the terminal, but right now because of limited security guard, they only open 4 entrance to do temperature tagging or temperature screening for people coming to the terminal. They have like 25 doors. They couldn't afford to hire 25 security guard to do this. So they want to open all the entrance, but have camera watching all these entrance for like a first line screening. If anybody temperature appear a little bit higher than average, they want to ask them to go to second station for second line screening. So they could limit the security guard interactions and also reduce the staffing for this purpose. So with this Mobotix camera, which is not cheap actually. I think in Taiwan is
Mobotix. You don't need to tell everybody Mobotix cameras.
Oh, they know.
Everybody knows the Mobotix cameras come at a premium, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say is Taoyuan Airport is one of the best run airports I've ever been in. Even though it's kind of old, I haven't been there in a while, so maybe it's updated now. But if you've never flown internationally and gone through customs, Taoyuan is one of the best to go to because it's so fast. Like you don't have to wait for customs. You don't have to wait on anything. Everything works properly there. So
now it's even faster because nobody travels. Anyway, let me show this video. So as you can see, is of course, hopefully we have a better demo in airport later on, but this is quite new. If people just come into the office with this IP camera, actually they detect, if you can see, they detect multiple people back and the front, and also got the temperature reading. So they got the temperature reading together with each individual's ID together as an event to show up in the NX. So this
is a dual sensor Mobotix camera with thermal plus video. Is that right?
Exactly. So actually, the distributor in Taiwan, they didn't know Mobotix could give this multiple reading. They told us they could only get the highest temperature. So we got this camera and figure out how to do it. So that's pretty cool. So I think we are the only one qualified for this solution right now.
All
So
right.
yeah, so basically right now they're doing same thing. They get the video and also with this thermal image together with the video. So give them a good reference and also with the keyword and all the information they need in the event. Yeah. So this part I think you're all familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, export, and you can see the temperature reading, the employee information, etc.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. So on the last slide, how to buy or how to contact
Yeah.
us.
So here's the question for you, right? You can
Yeah,
buy the server obviously is a hardware device, right? So I guess it's
correct.
all in one,
Mm-hmm.
all one price. If you buy the
Yes,
software separately, how do you license the software? Is it per camera, per face? Like what's the
per camera. Say if you per camera license for chip per channel license, even you get our tablet, you also need the a license. But the tablet is our hardware. So we sell you tablet and a channel license. Um, there's also a server license, but that's a one-time fee that regardless of the channel. Um, for the
Let's
typical, um,
you got to
if
buy
you,
the server license no matter what, right?
yes,
Even if you buy your hardware?
even of course the if you buy a hardware, the license is included in the
That's what I'm
price.
asking. Okay, so
Yeah,
if you buy the software only, you have to buy the server-based license and then per camera.
correct.
Is it a one-time fee? Is it a recurring fee?
It's a one-time fee.
The one-time fee.
Yes.
How about support, like upgrades?
Support, I think you provide 1 year. The next year, I believe, is 15%
Okay, so
of
you're doing the
the channel license. Yeah.
traditional video management approach to things here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The tablet, if you buy the tablet from you guys, it includes the tablet license. You have to buy a separate license.
Right now, I put it separately, of course.
And that's just because you want to negotiate, though, right, Henry?
Uh, no, I don't want to make the tablet look so expensive. It's not
Oh,
that.
that's why you don't want to make the tablet look too expensive.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you can get the tablet by yourself. So if you
Oh, you
make it
can buy the
expensive,
tablet yourself?
I think so. It's quite popular.
So you
But
can
right
use your
now,
own Android tablet? Like in North America, could I have my own tablets and then put the little camera
yeah,
module?
but typically we are getting this industrial level tablet.
Okay,
If
that's
you
what
use those consumer tablet,
right.
it will went down every couple of days.
Yeah, it's not made for that, right? So it's
Yeah.
better just to buy your tablet.
Yes.
But your tablet is sold hardware and then a software license separately, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then what's the warranty on the hardware?
Hardware is 1 year. Also 1 year.
Okay, do you have free trial licenses for the software?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and we get those by emailing you?
Sure. That we
Okay,
can
so
provide.
Met, you just asked the question, can you get a license to try it? Yes, email Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I covered all the pricing questions then. So for sales, you've got APAC in Europe here, you got Catherine Pye,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then
Yes.
you're in US, so you're North America.
Yes, I'm North America. Of course, right now we haven't looked into any other part, but yeah, just reach me if you need other region.
So
Of
Middle
course.
East, South America,
Yeah,
Oceania, they
yeah. We
should all
just need
talk
to
to you.
figure out which office to support you, but
Okay.
I'll cover basically America for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's no the management level. Is that another license on top of it?
Yes, if you have multiple site.
And that is a one-time license, like one license, or is it like per
It's a
operator?
one software. Yeah, it's not by channel. It's one software. So
Just one time you pay for this software
that's
package.
right. That's
Okay,
right.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions? about pricing while we're on the how to buy page? Samet wrote yes. But like,
Yeah,
what's the question?
send me email. Yeah, I think it's sometimes a little bit complicated. I probably can send you price list and discuss with you and explain to you how that works.
All right, we're gonna assume there's no more questions about pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next slide then. We just got open Q&A, right?
Yeah.
So are there any questions at all about Aira or how it works with Nx? We have a few more minutes left in our hour, so if there are any questions, then let me know. If not, that's okay too. I don't see any questions, Henry. So I'm guessing that you and I explained this really, really well, and nobody has any questions, and everything's perfect.
Good. Any other questions? Send me emails. You got
All right. Well, there's no more questions coming in. So yeah, Henry, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your presentation.
Thank you.
Anybody who's interested in learning more about Aira, I'm going to send you an email about just the server software.
Okay.
We're making a lot of demo videos for next year, so I want to be able to show all the different partners of ours that have good integrations. So I'm going to be emailing you, Henry.
Okay, great.
But everybody else, if you have any questions about this integration, feel free to reach out to Aira's team. And this presentation will be on my.networkoptix.com underneath the webinar section in the next 48 hours or so. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. And thank you guys for your time today. And we hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And thank you again, Henry.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Yeah.